Good morning, everyone. This is Scott, or the Scott Man, and we're here to do a driving video today. We're going to be heading north on Beck Road today. It's a video I've been wanting to do for quite a long time, but haven't had a chance to do it just because this first part is dirt, and there's been a lot of rain going on lately. Or, well, at least on the weekends when I've been wanting to film this, but at least we're getting a chance now. So we'll be filming pretty much the entirety of the road today. We're going to be going basically from the service drive of 94 all the way up to where it ends up in Wixom, Michigan. So this goes a long way. But yeah, it is overcast out today. Like, I've not seen the sun at all today. It is on the cooler side right now. It's 71 degrees Fahrenheit. Convert that to Celsius, it's around, I'd say, 22 degrees, so not too bad. Oh, there's a nice little park off to the left there. So yeah, this is the least traveled part of Beck Road. As you can tell, it's just a country road. Like, we're on the eastern end of Willow Run Airport right now. In fact, yeah, the eastern entrance is just to the left there. So this is Tyler Road here. And Beck Road now becomes a paved road here. So over here on the left side, you also have where the Yankee Air Museum is located. It's a very popular airplane museum that they have at the eastern end of Willow Run Airport. And coming up here at the stop sign, we have E-Course Road, which will run along the northern end of Willow Run Airport. Yeah, this is interesting here. It's like you got 3 stop signs, like one for this little service road here, and then one for eastbound E-Course, which is a big boulevard here, and then westbound E-Course right here. And then Beck Road becomes another dirt road here. Oh, wow, this is really bumpy. Or at least back there was, and now it's getting a little bit better. So it's back to being just a country road again, but it's like once you get up to Michigan Avenue, this road will change dramatically because it'll become a much more heavily traveled road. This is kind of like the opposite of filming some of the mile roads, where we start off like in the Detroit city limits, or like in anywhere in like the eastern suburbs like St. Clair Shores, and then ends up in the western part of, or like beyond Metro Detroit, becoming a dirt road. Like 8 Mile is like a classic example, where you go from having a huge boulevard to having a road like this. But with this one, it's going to be the opposite order. You got a sign for Van Buren Road there, yet the funny thing is the road is closed, meaning not for construction, but completely gated off. So it makes me wonder what the road is even for, unless it's for like commercial activity, or not commercial activity, but maybe like trucks or something. Or a private business, I don't know. It's hard to say. But I figured go ahead and film this now because we do have rain coming later today. I think there's like at least a chance of it, so be better off filming this now compared to later in the day. And here is Michigan Avenue. So to continue on Beck, we have to make a right onto Beck Road. Oh, we got a lot of traffic coming. We're at to stop. So then to continue on Beck, we just get on Michigan Avenue very briefly, and we make a left turn here. And then we continue straight. Oh, you might be turning a left, so I better get over here. Okay, so now Beck Road becomes a busier highway because it's going to be paved the rest of the way. So I would say the main stretch of Beck Road starts at Michigan Avenue. There is a small part which we started out on back the other way. So right now, yeah, we're in like Buren Township. Or actually, no. That's further. We cross over into Canton Township after passing up Buren Road, where the road was closed. So Canton is definitely a very populated area, although looks like it's more spread out over here. Of course, yeah, now we're probably gonna catch it every single traffic light now. So this is Getty's Road here, which if you take Getty's Road west, it'll eventually end up all the way into Ann Arbor. And just starts just a little bit to the east here over at Michigan Avenue. So Beck Road, I would say, is kind of like the western edge of Metro Detroit a little bit. Because for the most part, as you go west of Beck Road, it starts to go, roads start to get more out into the country a little bit. Although it may not look like it in some parts, though. But at least that's kind of how I got the feeling when I drove on some of the mile roads, especially up in, like, Oakland County. Well, they got some work going on here, but it looks like not road work, but it looks like they're doing some. Okay, yeah, they're trimming down some trees. Probably, yeah, trees that are getting too close to the power lines there. Oh yeah, they've taken a lot down. So I know they've been doing a lot of that in the past year or two, just because there have been, because of like thunderstorms or even like ice storms or winter storms during the winter. There's been a lot of cases, or there's been numerous power outages. In fact, I feel like Michigan gets a lot of them during storms because of the high growth of trees, and they're pretty much crowding all the power lines. So they've definitely been trying to clean things up a little bit. Although I will say, it's like the summertime is not... Or this summer, we've had some storms, but nothing too crazy, I don't think. Here is Cherry Hill Road, and we just made this traffic light here. And as a matter of fact, as I'm filming this video, of course, by the time this goes up on YouTube, I would have done the trip a while ago, but I'm going to be heading out to California in a few days. I'm going for like a long weekend, like for like Labor Day weekend. Gonna be driving the Pacific Coast Highway from the San Francisco area, although technically I'm starting like near San Jose. That's where I'm flying into, then heading down toward LA. Oh, we'll keep this video going. The light just turned green. This is Salts Road, which is just like a very small secondary road. But yeah, the Pacific Coast Highway is one area of California I've been wanting to do for a while, but it's like because you need a lot of time to see a lot of the cool sights along that highway, like Highway 1 there. It's like you have to plan, it's like I have to go longer than just a 3 or 4 day weekend. So thankfully I took a couple extra days off so that way I can do that. And wow, green light here at Ford Road. So this is Ford Road here, M153. It's like you go like another mile to the east on Ford Road, you get to all the major shopping areas. You got all kinds of stores, restaurants. Like they even have I think the first Raising Cane's in the Metro Detroit area is down that way, and also the first Cava, which is like a Mediterranean place. I think Cava is like a Mediterranean Chipotle. But I think for what I heard, I think in a couple years or so from now, they're planning to do a reconstruction on Ford Road where they're going to turn it into a boulevard to improve safety on that road. Because there's been a lot of crashes on that road. It's because of how busy that area is. Pretty much going all the way down to 275. And yeah, this time, yeah, we will have to stop at this light. So this is Warren Road here. Fortunately, we weren't stopped too long at this light. But yeah, one thing I've noticed driving through Canton so far along Beck Road is that it's been mostly, or it's pretty much been all residential. It's a different story if you're driving on Haggerty over the eastern part of Canton, or also if you're driving along like Canton Center Road or Sheldon Road, or a lot of those roads over there. It's like how the clouds almost look like it can rain at any time, but I don't think it's supposed to. And even having to stop at this light here too. That was weird. It's like I pushed the record button. Maybe I didn't push it hard enough. It's like because it wasn't recording until I tried it again and pushed more firmly. But fortunately, you didn't really miss much of anything. We were still at that traffic light. That was Plymouth High School. Like over here, there's like 3 high schools, like all in one complex. And crossing over Joy Road, we're now in Plymouth Township. So anyway, back there. So immediately along Beck Road is Plymouth High School, but also in that whole complex, there's also Salem High School and Canton High School. All in the same school district. So I find it rather interesting how there are 3 high schools for the same school district right next to one another. I don't think I've seen anything like that anywhere else. And here we are at Ann Arbor Road. Which Ann Arbor Road going west, that eventually it will end up also into Ann Arbor. But also to add to a little bit of confusion, then we have Ann Arbor Trail at this light. Eventually, once you get east on Ann Arbor Trail a ways, eventually runs generally parallel with Hines Drive. And then, of course, go Ann Arbor Trail to the west, it ends up at Ann Arbor Road. Have I confused you yet? And yeah, as we've come into Plymouth, now it's starting to get a little bit more hilly. Well, it looks like the sun is trying to peep out a little bit, because it's looking a little bit brighter out. And this light up here is North Territorial Road, and yeah, it's currently red, but the lane does open up. Okay, it doesn't matter which lane I go in. I'll stay over here. Oh, just turned green, so I will keep this going. So North Territorial going east, it ends up right into downtown Plymouth. And then North Territorial, you can take that west all the way out to, it goes well into the country, go by different parks like Hudson Mills Metro Park, that's like to the north of Dexter, Michigan. Oh, they're going really slow. So we'll need to go around them. Oh yeah, like, oh, there's a really slow truck up there. So here is the interchange with M14. And yeah, they got a lot of heavy duty construction going on there right now. So thankfully we're not having to go on that today. Oh wow, this light just turned green. And of course, we're going to be stuck behind another gravel truck, just like we were back there. Because a gravel truck came off the freeway and it's in this lane, and I cannot get over at all because there's a bunch of cars in the right lane right now. Although that one's moving a little bit faster. Well, not by much. So unfortunately, we are stuck here. Oh, we have a small hockey arena off to the right there. Oh, we can finally get over. It's like, man, what's with the traffic today? It's like, wow. It's like people making turns like crazy. It's like you got Buddy's Pizza off to the left, a Starbucks. All right, we can go ahead and get back over again. And there was a McDonald's off to the right there. So this is the light for 5 Mile. All right, so we'll go and we'll continue here. So this is the busiest intersection yet, I would say, because we got Qdoba, Five Guys, lots of different businesses in there. And we're already having to stop at this light here for a little park off to the left. So yeah, very large park off to the left. See like baseball diamonds and probably soccer fields. But yeah, interesting fact, yeah, where all those businesses were at the northwest corner of Beck and 5 Mile. When I was a kid, I think there used to be a prison over there, but I think they got rid of that and put in a bunch of businesses instead. Now I do need to get over because this right lane's going to be ending at 6 Mile. And yeah, got a nice dip right here. Well, especially after 6 Mile. And yeah, I forgot to point out too, once we cross over 5 Mile, we're now in Northville Township. And Beck Road just becomes a 2-lane road again. So yeah, as you can tell, it's like it definitely had some action going on over by like the 5 Mile and M14 area. Now we're back to having like residential areas again. However, about a few miles or so from now, we're going to get to another busier area too. Well, in fact, I think Beck Road, I would say between M14 and almost to where we're going to end up in this video is I would say the busiest part of the road. Yeah, it's like how the skies look. It's like it could sprinkle at any moment. Crossing over 7 Mile. In fact, about another mile to the east of here is downtown Northville, which in fact I remember filming the walking tour of downtown Northville just a couple months or so ago. In fact, Main Street right here will go right into Northville, but it's like a dirt road over here for some reason. Oh wow, look at all these motorcycles. The motorcycle convoy. So you don't see that every day. Here's the eastern entrance for Mayberry State Park. Although I think this is more for like the equestrian center. Because the main entrance for Mayberry State Park, which has a lot of nice hiking trails, that's off 8 Mile, which is this traffic light here. So you make a left turn, or go to the State Park by making a left turn here at 8 Mile. Oh, this light's a little busy, but we should be able to make it through no problem. So this is 8 Mile Road. This is the county line for Wayne County, which is what we're in right now. And after we cross over 8 Mile here, we are now entering Oakland County. And we're now in the city of Novi. So I think for where we are right now, we only have like another 5 or 6 miles left to go. So in all reality, it's like, yeah, it doesn't feel like we're covering a ton of ground, although the speed limit the majority of the time is 45. So it's like we do cover quite a bit of ground in a short period of time, I would say. It's not going to do some of the driving videos more in the heart of Metro Detroit, where the speed limit might be more like down to 35. Where then it's like it takes longer to go a mile compared to where we are right now on Beck Road. Here is 9 Mile. 9 Mile is another road I need to film at some point. Although right now they're doing they have the road closed, at least the westbound lanes over the east part of Novi, like near Haggerty Road. So I'd have to wait on that one. And then I have to check to see what the road is like construction-wise over in the east side of town. But yeah, I'd say for the most part, Novi is not much different than Plymouth or Canton, where you have mainly residential neighborhoods off to the side with, I would say, pretty large homes. So they're definitely on the more expensive side. And yeah, now we're coming up to the light for 10 Mile, and people are doing some weird last second turns, well, lane changes, but it's not too big of a deal though. So this is 10 Mile, and it's starting to sprinkle a little bit. So 10 Mile is one of the busier mile roads. If you go west, that'll take you out to South Line. Go east, you head over to where Novi High School is, about another mile to the east of here. And then continue east toward Farmington. Let me clean this off a little bit. But there's been like a rain man that's been crossing over the state of Michigan. It's been kind of fizzling out a little bit. So it's like, I feel like all that's left is, because I don't see any heavy concentrations of rain up ahead. So this is probably just the remnants that's been crossing the state. So it's just, all that's left is just sprinkles. Because, yeah, it's like it's hardly doing anything. I'm going to clean things off again. Yeah, that was pretty much it for sprinkles for the moment. We could get more, though. Oh, a nice little park off to the left there. And I've heard rumors that they're planning to they might be doing a reconstruction of Beck Road because of the heavy traffic loads. Not immediately, but maybe in a few years from now. Cross over 11 Mile, and now the sprinkles are back a little bit, but kind of like how they were just a mile ago. Although, might be seeing a little bit more this time. Yeah, some bigger drops compared to a mile ago. So now we're starting to get into some very busy areas here, because we're getting close to where the I-96 is located. So to the left is Providence Hospital, which is a very large hospital. And then the next traffic light, this is Grand River, which we have. There's a lot of businesses along Grand River, especially if you turn to the left. So if you go left on Grand River, that... Oh, we got a big backup here for both lanes, because this becomes 2 lanes, thankfully, over here. Oh, the light just turned green, though, so that's good. Oh, more people in the right lane. But it's probably because either people could be going to the freeway to go east, or, of course, this first light is Grand River. All right, now it's starting to come down a little bit more. So yeah, the Suburban Showplace, which is a big convention center, is about a mile to the east, approximately. And then you got the freeway over here for the interchange for I-96. Well, I'm seeing some heavier rain out to the northeast. Thankfully, I'm not driving in that direction. So if you take I-96 east, that'll take you eventually over well, I-96 eventually ends up in Detroit. You can also get over to 696 and 275 as well. Going west, it'll take out toward the Brighton area, then eventually out toward Lansing and Grand Rapids before ending up in Muskegon. And this is 12 Mile here. And it's back down to being, well, technically a 3-lane road because we have a center turn lane. Which definitely helps because we have some office buildings off to the left there. So this is definitely a different site over here. Got a lot of office complexes on both sides of the road. Definitely a lot different compared to what we saw back down like in Northville, Plymouth, or even down in Novi. Because right now, Novi is on our right, but Wixom, the city of Wixom, is on our left. There might be a possibility that this might be all Wixom too, but I think this is kind of like the border. And here is West Road. Not to be confused with the West Road down in like Riverview and like Woodhaven, like that area, like downriver. This is a much smaller West Road. It doesn't really go too much. It goes to Wixom Road to the west of here, and then doesn't go too much further to the east. Looks like I got a little bit of a busier... Oh, we got a bumpy crossing here. Yeah, definitely a bumpy railroad crossing. There are 3 railroad tracks right there. Yeah, it's still lightly raining, but I think it's letting up a little bit. Thankfully, it was enough to clean my windshield a little bit. I remember, like a week ago or something, my windshield was kind of dirty, but then we ended up getting a pretty good rain shower. It was enough to clean my windshield. Yeah, it's already starting to let up. And this intersection up here is Pontiac Trail. There's different restaurants over here. I think I saw like a Taco Bell here. A couple gas stations. Also, it looks like a pharmacy off to the right. So if you turn left at Pontiac Trail here, that'll take you into the city of Wixom, which is like maybe like a mile to the west of here. Go east on Pontiac Trail, that'll take you to the city of Walled Lake. And crossing over Pontiac Trail, it's kind of like runs where 14 Mile is. Oh, there's a McDonald's over here as well. There's also a Kroger. And so Wixom is still on the left side, but on the right side is Commerce Township. And to the right, that is Walled Lake Western High School. And yeah, they totally revamped. They redid a lot of that. Because, yeah, a lot of it's brand new, too. So it's pretty interesting how they've reconstructed most of the high school and built like a brand new building. And this traffic light here, this is Maple Road, which is basically 15 Mile Road. So this road only continues a little bit further to the north, but not by much. This, in fact, will be the last traffic light we'll have to come across altogether in this video. And this basically now becomes more just a residential area. Yeah, a sign right there says Beck Road ends at Potter Road. So it's coming up over here. Oakland Schools Technical Campus, I think that's what it says. So here's the end of Beck Road. So this is where it basically turns into Potter Road. So we've driven the entirety of Beck Road in this video. So I hope you enjoy this video here on Beck Road, here in the western part of Metro Detroit. So if you enjoy this video, make sure to click that like button. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so that way you don't miss out any future ventures. Well, thank you for watching. This is Scott, or the Scott Man, signing out.